Counseling is a process, one that is not understood by most people. There are times that people have gone through counseling, yet still do not fully understand the process. I will take you through the counseling process with a step-by-step explanation of each part. Starting with an overall view of counseling, what to expect during your meetings, what types of information that may be shared, the kinds of questions that may be asked, and how does it apply to the process. First, why do people go to counseling? I've heard that people often think because someone goes to counseling that they are crazy or weak or unable to take care of their own problems. When what it really means is that they want to make a change or improve an area of their life. Maybe they want to figure out a tough problem, improve a relationship, or help with emotional problems, or simply find focus. Follow me and I'll explain more. Let's look at the counseling process and the steps. First is intake, which is about gathering information. Second is assessment, which is about figuring out the problems. Third is treatment planning, which is developing a map. Intake, assessment, and treatment planning all happen within the first few sessions. Fourth, therapy, which is learning new skills and new things. This tends to be the longest phase. And here's where changes often happen. Lastly, termination. This is about the end of counseling and focuses on future plans. Thank you for coming. For our first appointment, I'll ask several questions. If we don't finish, we can schedule a second time. Really, my purpose is to get to know you, what you need, and the reasons you're here. First, we need to start off with some paperwork. I need to document all of your information, including billing, possibly releases of information, which means you give me permission to talk to others if they have information that we might need. But firstly, how are you doing? Well, I'm looking for your help to look at some weak areas and focus so I can be more successful. These are the goals of intake, the introduction. Who are you? Why are you here? Even with these initial questions, the counselor begins to narrow down possible goals. As the counselor and client talk, they begin to establish a relationship by getting to know one another. Communication is an essential component of any relationship. The beginning is awkward, though the more you get to know each other, the more trust builds and it becomes easier. There is always paperwork. This is very important that you understand all of the paperwork clearly. If you don't, ask questions. I'm going to ask you a series of questions looking at different areas of your life. We call this the diagnostic assessment. This will help us know where you are up until now, and in which areas you want to improve. I may ask you things that you have not thought about for a long time, so try your best to answer them. If you don't know or are unsure of an answer, that's fine, just let me know. Remember, this helps me learn about you. If I think it will help, we might schedule another time for another kind of test to look closer at some areas. Assessment. Often the assessment is conducted at the first appointment. For that reason, your initial appointment may be longer than the normal 1-hour meeting time. Occasionally, this may carry over to the second session. The diagnostic assessment contains questions about your history and your family growing up, current situations, social information, your education, and employment. Additionally, the assessment will look at areas of concern and areas of skill and strength. Sometimes a specific area may need additional testing. To accomplish this, these tests may include puzzles and pictures. Don't worry, there are not right or wrong answers. All these tests do not tell the whole story about you, but they are one way to gain information and help put the pieces together. This starts us on the right direction. Hello, and thank you for coming again. During this meeting, we're going to focus on our goals and design a plan that will help us get there. This is similar to a roadmap. It's a guide for us. We call this the treatment plan. We will set goals, break them down into smaller, more manageable parts, and step out measurable behaviors. We'll look at certain parts of your life that you may want to improve. Suppose the goal is you'd like to feel better. How will we measure that? What is it about you feeling better that we can see and measure? Maybe it's getting more involved. Next, treatment planning. Treatment planning is setting goals based on the information gathered during the intake and assessment. It is planning out how we will get you from where you are today to your new goals through making changes. We will design small, attainable steps to reach each goal. These steps need to be written in behavioral terms, which means we can see them and we can measure them. Suppose we have a goal of becoming happier. Happy is a very vague term. How do we measure that? Maybe you will socialize more, go out shopping more, or stay home less. All these are examples that we will pool and develop your goals. We also want to include who will be involved in the process, what each person will do, and how often we will meet. It is important that these timelines are established to check our progress and reevaluate our plan. Keep in mind that changes can be made at any time if the situation warrants it.